Hello everyone. So now this is the time for our class project 2 where I'll be creating a logo using grid in Illustrator. So first we will see what are the steps we need to follow. Next we will move on to Illustrator and do it in practical. So now let's move on to the steps, what all we need to follow. So on my screen you guys can see the name of the class project, which is creating a logo using grid in Illustrator. And now let's see what are the steps we need to follow. So step 1 is create a new file. Step 2, create grid using the line tool and then use the ellipse tool in between. And step 3 is select all the objects and take the shape builder tool. Step 4, build the shape accordingly. Step 5, choose appropriate colors and apply. And last step, which is step number 6, is save the file and upload it in our project panel. Okay, so now once this is done, now let's move on to Illustrator and let's see how it's practically done. So now, as you guys can see, now I'm here in the home page of the Illustrator. And now let's click on Control N to create up a new file. And let's name this one as class project 2. Okay, so I'll just name this as class project 2 and let's create up this document. Okay, so just let's click on create, and over here now I do have this particular artboard in which I'm going to work on. So first thing first, let's come here into my toolbar, and from here I will just take my line segment tool. Now let's click on shift and let's make some lines. Okay, so I'll just take this particular line. Now let's click on alt and I will just duplicate this line. Let's select both of this, and again let's duplicate this line as well. Okay, and now the same way, let's click right over here, and from here I will just keep it like this. So now let's select all of this, and again I will just increase the size in total over here. Let's take this particular paths and let's place it over here as well. And if you do want to give out any rotation, let's come here and let's try to give this one up a rotation of 235. And what I'm gonna do is, once I've selected all of this, let's go to object, and from here I will just go to transform and I will click on reflect, and after that I will make sure that I copy those things as well. So I'll just copy quite like this, and once you have copied this one, let's come here and let's try to create up a shape. Okay, so if I'm just coming over here exactly in the center, okay, and from here what I'm gonna do is I'm going to create up a circle. So again, let's go to shape builder tool, let's take my ellipse tool, let's come exactly in the center, and if I do want to create a ellipse from the center, shift and alt, and from here now I will just take this shape out. Okay, so let's come here and I will just increase, or let's say I will just keep it quite small over here. Okay, and once you are done, let's come here and let's just decrease the size over here as well. Let's decrease the size from here as well. Okay, so as this particular part is done, if you do want to create up a new one, Control C and Control F. Okay, and now again Shift and Alt. Now you guys can just increase the size of this particular shape. Okay, so now this is how you guys can actually create some shapes all around. And if you do want to join all of these parts, you guys can come here and you guys can basically join this part as well. Otherwise, from here only you guys can just create up some spaces. Okay, so now let's try to create some shape over here. So again, let's come here, let's select all of this, and now let's take my shape builder tool, Control plus to zoom in. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come here and I'm going to just create some shapes. Okay, so let's try to create this particular shape right over here, and also at the same time let's come here and let's try to create some designs all over here again. Okay, so now let's come here, and if you do want to create some zigzag shapes, okay, you guys can come here and you guys can just create some shapes. Or let's go back a little bit. Let's come here and let's create this particular shape, and let's include this small part over here, and let's include this small part right over here as well. Okay, so as this is done, now let's click on Alt, and you guys can just delete the other parts over here which you have. Okay, so over here you guys can see these are the extra parts which I have. Let's come here, let's select this extra part from here as well. Now let's delete this part, let's delete this one from here, and also let's delete this part. And if you do want to create some shape over here, you guys can actually do that over here as well. Okay, so let's just add this part, let's just delete all of this, and here you guys can see that I do have this particular shape all around. Okay, so once you have this shape, if you do want to select all of this, and if you do want to increase their stroke, let's come here, and from here you guys can see that you guys can just increase their stroke. Okay, so let me just come here, and from here again let's take this one, and now again the shape builder tool, and slowly I will just move out this place. Let's click on Alt, and here you guys can just delete this particular part. Okay, so over here if you do want to delete it, or let's say I will just go back, and from here now I will just delete this particular part. Let's come here, and also exactly over here you can delete this part as well. So as I have increased the size over here, now let's go to object, and let's go to path, and let's select this offset path over here. Okay, you guys can actually do that, otherwise just cancel this thing up, and here you guys can just put out some colors here accordingly. So let's come here, let's just decrease the stroke maybe to 1. And after that, let's open my swatches, and you guys can just place some colors accordingly. So let's come here, let's select this path, let's take this color. Lastly, let's select this path. Let's take this particular color. And lastly, let's take this path, and let's select this color right over here, control minus, and this is the logo which I have created using the grid, control G to group it up. Now let's increase the size, and let's place it over here. So yeah, I hope this class was clear. Lastly, go to file, go to export, and click on export as. Make sure to save it as class project 2 and upload it in our project panel. So I hope to see you all in the next chapter. Till then, take care and goodbye everyone.